Hi, this is Joel Persinger. I'm the gun guy. Thank you very much for watching my videos. I really deeply appreciate it. You know, in a world in which everybody wants to shoot really fast and lots of ammo and blow everything up, now, honestly, I love videos like that, and I'm sure you do too, but it's nice every once in a while to slow down a little bit and look at some things that maybe happened a long time ago, things from bygone years, and perhaps some skills and some practice we ought to revisit. And that's why I'm bringing up this little Springfield J. Stevens 22. Now, if you have one of these or you've seen one of these and it was labeled Springfield or J. Stevens or Savage, it's pretty much the same rifle either way. It's a Model 15. They're super common. If you haven't seen one, you probably will somewhere. This particular one was made probably in 1937 or 38. You're not going to find any serial numbers on them because they were made before serial numbers were required because the law changed in 1968. These things were made a long time before that. And like I said, this one was made probably late 30s. If you look at the patent number, you can kind of figure that out and get close. It's in great shape. They're really simple little rifles with a simple stock. I mean, there's nothing fancy about them. Simple little bolt action, single shot. You got to feed around every time and shoot. And so, honestly, you can look at them and say, that's pretty boring. But it's really not. When I was a boy, I learned to shoot on a single shot rifle. Now, in my case, it was an Ithaca Model 49, but it could have been anything. My daughter, my son, both learned to shoot with single shot 22 rifles because it forced them to make every shot count. And that's where they learned the basics of marksmanship. They learned how to hit what they're shooting at the first time rather than spraying and praying. There's a lot to be said about learning to shoot with a 22. There's a lot to be said about learning to shoot with a single shot because it forces you to learn those skills. In any case, this is a great little rifle. It shoots wonderfully. I did take it out to the range and shoot it, so let's go see. I've done quite a number of videos, I think, at this point on single shot 22s. The kind that you buy, I mean, now you can get them for kids, you can buy them brand new, or the ones that were given to children decades and decades ago, like this Springfield Stevens Model 15. These things were a staple there for a while. I mean, it's kind of like the little Ithaca Model 49 my dad gave me. Single shot rifles like this were priceless additions to a young child's training for rifle shooting, hunting, target shooting, whatever it is they wanted to do, in a day when those things were not poo-pooed and not looked down upon. And in my humble opinion, I think we've lost a lot in some states and in some locales where people don't get their kids into shooting with wonderful little rifles like this one. Now, this thing was built a long time ago, and because these were built before the Gun Control Act of 1968, there's no serial numbers on these kind of guns, so it's very difficult to locate exactly the year they were made in. But one thing's for sure, they were made extremely well, and they're very sturdy, they're really simple, but they're very accurate, as you will see. You can take rabbits with them, you can take small game with them, or you can just go like I am out at the Rainbow Range and knock down little steel silhouette animals with them like we're going to do here. All right, let's get the tree animal. They are single shots, so in the case of this one, like some others, you have to close the bolt and then cock it each time. But you can see it's accurate. I mean, it's just really right where it needs to be. As you can, I love that sound. That's a great sound when you're shooting steel, when you hear the clang. You know you hit something that was really exciting, or that clang noise or whatever. But you can see that they're easy to shoot. And one nice thing about them, I really like about them, is it does force the child to slow down because they have to be able to load one round at a time. It's not like a semi-automatic where they can just press the trigger as many times as they want to. They have to take their time and make their shots count each time. And I found as a kid that I took more rabbits as a kid than most of my friends because I was given a single shot 22 and I had to make every shot count, where they had pumps and repeaters, and they didn't have to hit every time. They could keep pressing the trigger until they got what they wanted pretty much, or they ran out of the 15 rounds or 14 rounds or whatever they had in the gun, And I didn't have that luxury. I needed to hit what I was shooting at each and every time. And I had a grandfather who took me out along with my dad and my cousins and so on, and taught me how to shoot with a little single shot 22 just like this. And I credit that time with the time I learned wonderful fundamental things like sight alignment, breath control, trigger press, hold control, mounting the gun properly. All of those things I learned with a little single shot 22. Not that different, really, in its operation. A little bit different, but not that different from this little Savage Stevens, which you may have had. So if you had a little single shot 22, leave me a comment. Let me know what you thought of yours. I can tell you these things are absolutely wonderful, and I'm still a great big proponent of children being given these and being taught to shoot with single shot guns. And that is the marvelous little Springfield J. Stevens Model 15. Now, as I said, you might find them with Springfield or Stevens or Savage. Same thing, just a different day, I think. But terrific little rifles. If you ever spot one, you'll find they're made really well, and you know, you won't pay a pretty penny for them. I think they sold for about $3 or $5 or something when they were first sold brand new, however many years ago. That was 1937, 38. And you're going to pay more for it than that now, obviously. But you can probably pick them up for a song, and if you ever do, they're a great little rabbit gun. I've taken many a rabbit with a single shot 22, and this one would certainly get the job done. Besides which, it's kind of fun to just slow down once in a while. Thank you very much for watching my channel. I really do deeply appreciate the fact that you do. Now, if you're not a member of the National Rifle Association and you like gun videos, you should be. So I want to urge you to join the National Rifle Association, and I've made it as easy for you as I possibly can. I've got a link in the description that will take you to a special spot on our website. It'll save you some money so that you can join the NRA for less than the cost of one box of ammunition for a year's membership. See, I got you a deal. I don't know about you, I like deals, and I got you a deal to join the National Rifle Association, so please join. Now, if you have guns for home defense, or you carry a gun every day like I do, and there's a chance you may ever have to use it, you're going to want some legal backup. Otherwise, you're going to get creamed in court, either civil or criminal, after you've defended yourself, no matter how right you were at the time. So I want to urge you to sign up for Second Call Defense. That's the company I use to defend me and my family if I ever have to defend myself with a gun. I want to urge you to check them out, and I've got a description, a link in the description for you to do that. It'll take you to a special spot on our website where you can check out Second Call Defense. Thank you again for watching. Have a wonderful week. Please subscribe. That's why we've got that big little logo floating around for you to do that over there. And subscribe, and that way we can let you know when new videos come out. Have a great week, and please be safe.